When I was a child, my family was the center of my world. They still are, but I found myself thinking about what it means to be a family more and more. Specifically, a Black family. I found that despite growing up in a loving environment, my own idea of a Black family is of something broken economically and emotionally, of something that doesn't last. And I couldn't help but wonder if I was alone in thinking this way. So I figured I'd begin at home and ask my own family members their thoughts on the Black family together. For me, my family has always begun with my grandmothers, the first being my dad's mom.
I'm Frances Keys. I'm Rachel's grandma. Rachel is the daughter of my youngest son, Albert. I live in Capitol Heights, Maryland, and I enjoy this life over here.
My grandma's oldest son is my Uncle Renard. He's married to my Aunt Ronnie and has 2 daughters, my cousins Rylan and Ryan.
Well, my name is Renard Keys. I am retired, thankfully. Where I live is in Temple Hills, Maryland. Do you need the full address?
No.
Okay. I do live in Temple Hills, Maryland.
Then comes my dad.
Hello, my name is Albert Keys, Senior. I am a father, married 26 years tomorrow to my lovely wife, Rosalind, and we have 3 wonderful children, Rachel, Virginia, and Albert. And we live here in Northern Virginia.
Moving to the other side of my family tree is my family from Pittsburgh, beginning with my grandma and my mom's namesake.
Yes, my name is Rosalind Marie Johnson Wiggins, and I have 3 daughters. Dion is my oldest. You want to know their ages? Or just
only if you want to share them.
Deanna is 55. Rosalind is my middle daughter. She's 54. And my baby she'll be 53.
Her first child is my Aunt Deanna.
My name is Deanna, and I have 3 children.
These are my cousins, Jayla, Kenny, and Kier. And then there's my mom.
Okay. Well, my name is Rosalind Keys, and I'm Rachel Keys' mom. I would describe myself as outward focused. You know, I tend to think of others before myself. I think I'm very resourceful, and I think I'm a kind person.
I suppose I should introduce myself next, because I am my parents' oldest child. This is me when I was 9. And after me is my younger sister.
My name is Virginia. I am 19. I go to James Madison University and I run track there.
Following my sister is our younger brother.
Hi, my name's Albert. I live in Virginia, and I would describe myself as cool, calm, and collected.
After my mom is her sister, my Aunt Tanya.
Well, that's a lot of questions at one time. Okay, so my name is Tanya Lynn Fortune. My maiden name is Williams. What was your other question? Oh, I have 2 children, Andrew Fortune and Abigail Fortune. I'm a hairstyle, I'm a cosmetologist, and I own a salon.
Her first child is my cousin Andrew.
So my name is Andrew. I describe myself as a fun guy, charismatic, and I live in Maryland. Laurel, it's a pretty unknown city in Maryland. So.
Followed by his younger sister, Abby.
Hi, my name is Abigail, but you can call me Abby for short. And what I feel about myself, I feel passionate and brave.
Each of them make up my family. And knowing who they are and that they're related to me should be enough. But it isn't somehow. I still find myself wondering, what does family really mean to each of us?
When you hear the word family, what comes to your mind?
What I feel about family is care.
Sticking together.
Togetherness.
Strong together.
You know, always there for you.
People that are always going to show you love.
The people that are closest to you.
Family is family who eat together, who discuss things together, who go to church together, who pray together.
Togetherness makes up family in my mind too. So when I'm thinking about the Black family, why does my mind instantly turn to the negative, the ugly stereotypes, the opposite of what I want a family to be?
Black and family becoming extinct, non-existent.
When I hear Black and family used together, I feel like I mainly think of disorder.
It's a lot of chaos. I don't think a lot of Black families stay together.
It's a lot of ignorance within the family. It's just like a lot of bad blood at times. Like a lot of fighting situations that's either over something silly or just something sometimes idiotic. Family struggles. That's what I think of Black and family.
And yeah, there is bad blood and ignorance at times, and we've seen it.
Whoa! When my cousin Stevie got married, and it was a brawl at the reception. It was fighting.
Do you remember what they were fighting over?
Someone said something to my grandmother, and it was war on that point.
Wow. Wow.
And what happens when these fights begin to impact the younger generations? And not necessarily for the better.
Do you think it ends up impacting the generations after or the children?
It does. Because then, like, these children that see these adults who they're supposed to look up to fighting and bickering over silly stuff, that's going to impact them and affect them negatively as they, like, grow up. So, I think, yeah, generationally, it might just, like, corrupt the blood, corrupt the youth a little bit. So, less positivity, how are we going to, like, be positive? How are they going to be positive to themselves?
With less positivity, how are we going to be positive to ourselves? But isn't that true for all families? All families, no matter the race, have issues that can be passed down generationally. This isn't the answer to my question, merely another part of what a family is. So, where do my negative ideas stem from? This question led me to the TV screen.
Do you think most people in the world think of love and support when they think of a Black family?
Most do, but some don't.
Do you know why?
No, I don't. But when you hear that, it kind of hurts at the same time, hearing people say that.
they're not used to seeing it. So I think when they do see a Black family, they're looking like in awe, like wow, like it sparks a curiosity. Like, I wonder what they do. Like, we're just, I feel like when other races see a family, Black family together, they want to know, what does the dad, where do you work? It has to be like all these questions. But when we see a family together, we don't ask the same, oh, what does your dad do? Like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't, the same way we look at them, they don't look at us as a family. They look at us like, you know, it's a wonder. Like, oh, how is that?
So how do you think Black families are shown on TV and in movies?
Well, back when I was coming up, there wasn't many Black families. It wasn't a whole lot. We didn't have a whole lot. But now I think they know that we're bringing a lot to the table. Because before, Black people had to fight. We were always, our roles was being a maid or the butler. But now, hey, if we can have a Black president, I never thought we would ever have a Black president.
Yeah. So you think, like, when you were growing up, the idea of a Black family on TV?
You very seldom see it.
And when individuals are devalued to nothing more than the help, their families are also undervalued. This reduction of the Black family has carried over from times of slavery, echoes of it still apparent in the media we view today.
Sometimes they depict us as clowns at times.
They don't portray us like we are. They portray us differently. Like we're rude or obnoxious. I mean, we do have some stereotype families like the Cosbys and them. We had them. But the newer movies out don't depict the true Black family.
Sometimes, every now and then, you'll see a Black family and it'll be looking like they're smiling and things like that. Or they show a lot of single parent. They show a lot of women single. So they don't really portray us in a positive light, in my opinion.
The Black families that they showed on TV, like lived in the projects, or it was a single family, single mom raising the children or whatever. So, it's like you can see the difference in back growing up in the 70s to, what things were like. Because TV does really a lot of times emulate real life. And so you do see that. And it does sadden me that you still do see, where some Black families, there are more single moms than I feel like there should be.
When you hear Black and family, for a lot of years, for a lot of families, it's just like that, Black family. And in my home, I want those two to be together, right? I don't want them to be separate, or because the colonialism or slavery and all the separatist thinking that's been embedded in us because of all that we've been through as Black people. Because slavery, tore families apart, and so my goal, is to continue, for people to look at us and say like, wow, there's a Black family right there.
There's a Black family right there. This idea of being visible, wanting to change the ingrained preconceptions ourselves. So, where do I go from here?
Well, let's just say it this way. Blacks have come a long way. blacks are getting stronger and stronger. As each 5 years, 10 years goes by, blacks are getting stronger and stronger. And we have to, for those who are born as blacks, they want to see, wow, I want to grow up to be like this person who's black. I want to be like this person who's black. So it's continuous.
How do you think the older generation has impacted you, and their teachings have impacted you?
They taught me how to know my worth, first off, and how to be wiser in this world, how to like move, how to walk, how to talk, how to not try to fit in, because the more and more you fit in, the more you jeopardize.
When you're a black woman, you feel empowered, victorious. Just feels, I'm a conqueror. That's how I feel as a black person.
I mean, I can't help but, but be proud to be black. What a heritage! What a culture! When I think about, the ancestors before me and before my parents, and the ones that survived the crossing of the Atlantic Ocean to be in this country, and withstanding all that they withstood through slavery and Jim Crow and just racism in general. They don't make it easy for me to be a black man in America.
I feel like knowing that I am black makes me feel like I know I'm gonna have to face adversities in life, and sometimes I won't be treated fairly. But also that I can fight through that and get through it, because I know in the past, like during civil rights movement and things like that, they fought for the things that we have, like our freedom. Well, not freedom, but like being like equal. That's what I want to say, equal, and being treated equally. So.
Do you think it's common in the Black community for men to be seen as like absent or as Rolling Stones or as not present?
I do. It's common, and a lot of it, they do it themselves. It's not, a lot of it is, they can step up and do more, but when you have a lot of other obstacles that they have to go through, that kind of can weaken. So they don't feel that a man has to feel like a man. And a lot of times, if he can't find a job or he didn't get the education, some of the things that black young men have done when they're young affects them when they're older. So they can't get a particular career. So then they kind of feel like they can't take care of a family. So, and then with the way society is, I feel like they just have so much bad things to say about the black family that I don't know. Yeah, so.
I'm learning that my negative view of the black family is born from a cycle of self-hate that was created and is perpetuated by a system based on prejudicial practices. The hope is that I and all my family members push through this cycle and overcome it.
When I started hanging around my wife's mom, she had a saying, and her saying was, "When you know better, you do better."
Well, yeah, I mean, because most people, what you learn, you can either emulate what you learned if it was what you felt like you want your family to be like, or you can say, I did not like that. And so you're like, I'm going to stray as far away from that as possible because that's not how I want my family to be. And so there were aspects of my growing up that I, really liked. Growing up, we always had holidays at my grandmother's house, both Christmas and Thanksgiving. We yeah, I mean, almost every holiday, I remember going to my grandmother's house, Easter time. So we did all those things. Holiday time, family time was an important aspect of my growing up. I like that aspect for sure of my family and wanted to emulate that for my family, now. And so we try to make sure we get together and do family things, not just with your immediate family, but with your extended family.
My outlook on education and having families was different from what my mom and dad, um, because of when they came along. I feel that wasn't, they didn't feel the importance of making sure you graduate and making sure you don't have babies early. And with me, I'm totally different. I think everybody should get an education, um, and my children in particular. Um, and you never get too much education because that cannot be taken from you. Going to church is very important to me, and I took my kids to church. And what else did you want to know?
Just if they were similar or different.
Yeah, well, I'm different from my way my parents raised me. Absolutely, I was.
Is there anything that your parents do for you now that you'd want to do for your children in the future?
Yeah, like sometimes, like I said before, they'll listen, hear me out and stuff. If I do something bad or if I just feel sad, they may just come and say what happened and try to support me even though I may feel a bit down. So that's what I want to do if I would have children. Make them feel that we care.
What do you wish your family in the future could look like?
One big happy family. Funny, happy, joyful, caring, and loving.
Oh, I guess so.
One big happy family. It's something I want too. It's something I've always had. But the truth is, there are all different kinds of happy Black families. Families with one parent and families with two. Families where the parents are college educated and families where they aren't. Families where another family member is raising the children. And families on opposite ends of the class system. We are all coming to terms with our families and working on our issues. Not perfect, but learning. And that's okay.